Chapter 6. Now this is the commandment, the statutes and the ordinances, which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that you might do them in the land where you go over to possess it, that you might fear the Lord your God, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command you, you and your son, and your son's son, all the days of your life, and that your days may be prolonged. Hear therefore, Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with you, and that you may increase mightily, as the Lord, the God of your fathers, has promised to you, in a land flowing with milk and honey. Hear, Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. These words which I command you this day shall be on your heart, and you shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. You shall bind them for a sign on your hand, and they shall be for symbols between your eyes. You shall write them on the doorpost of your house, and on your gates. It shall be, when the Lord your God shall bring you into the land which he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give you great and good cities, which you didn't build, and houses full of good things, which you didn't fill, and cisterns dug out, which you didn't dig, vineyards and olive trees, which you didn't plant, and you shall eat and be full. Then beware lest you forget the Lord, who brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall fear the Lord your God, and him shall you serve, and shall swear by his name. You shall not go after other gods, of the gods of the people who are round about you, for the Lord your God in the midst of you is a jealous God, lest the anger of the Lord your God be kindled against you, and he destroy you from off the face of the earth. You shall not tempt the Lord your God, as you tempted him in Massah. You shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God, and his testimonies, and his statutes which he has commanded you. You shall do that which is right and good in the sight of the Lord, that it may be well with you, and that you may go in and possess the good land which the Lord swore to your fathers, to thrust out all your enemies from before you, as the Lord has spoken. When your sons ask you in time to come, saying, What mean the testimonies and the statutes and the ordinances which the Lord our God has commanded you? Then you shall tell your son, We were Pharaoh's bondservants in Egypt, and the Lord brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. And the Lord showed signs and wonders, great and awesome, on Egypt, on Pharaoh, and on all his house before our eyes. And he brought us out from there, that he might bring us in, to give us the land which he swore to our fathers. The Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive as at this day. It shall be righteousness to us, if we observe to do all this commandment before the Lord our God, as he has commanded us. Psalm 89, a contemplation by Ethan the Ezrahite. I will sing of the loving kindness of Yahweh forever. With my mouth I will make known your faithfulness to all generations. I indeed declare, love stands firm forever. You established the heavens, your faithfulness is in them. I have made a covenant with my chosen one. I have sworn to David my servant. I will establish your seed forever, and build up your throne to all generations. The heavens will praise your wonders, Yahweh, your faithfulness also in the assembly of the holy ones. For who in the skies can be compared to Yahweh? Who among the sons of the heavenly beings is like Yahweh? A very awesome God in the council of the holy ones, to be feared above all those who are around him. Yahweh, God of hosts, who is a mighty one like you? Yah, your faithfulness is around you. You ruled the pride of the sea. When its waves rise up, you calm them. You have broken Rahab in pieces like one of the slain. You have scattered your enemies with your mighty arm. The heavens are yours,
The earth also is yours, the world and its fullness. You have founded them. The north and the south, you have created them. Tabor and Hermon rejoice in your name. You have a mighty arm. Your hand is strong, and your right hand is exalted. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. Loving kindness and truth go before your face. Blessed are the people who learn to acclaim you. They walk in the light of your presence, Yahweh. In your name they rejoice all day. In your righteousness they are exalted. For you are the glory of their strength. In your favor our horn will be exalted. For our shield belongs to Yahweh, our King to the Holy One of Israel. Then you spoke in vision to your saints and said, I have bestowed strength on the warrior. I have exalted a young man from the people. I have found David my servant. I have anointed him with my holy oil, with whom my hand shall be established. My arm will also strengthen him. No enemy will tax him. No wicked man will oppress him. I will beat down his adversaries before him and strike those who hate him. But my faithfulness and my loving kindness will be with him. In my name his horn will be exalted. I will set his hand also on the sea, and his right hand on the rivers. He will call to me, You are my Father, my God, and the rock of my salvation. I will also appoint him my firstborn, the highest of the kings of the earth. I will keep my loving kindness for him forevermore. My covenant will stand firm with him. I will also make his seed endure forever, and his throne as the days of heaven. If his children forsake my law, and don't walk in my ordinances, if they break my statutes and don't keep my commandments, then I will punish their sin with the rod, and their iniquity with stripes. But I will not completely take away my loving kindness from him, nor allow my faithfulness to fail. I will not break my covenant, nor alter what my lips have uttered. Once have I sworn by my holiness, I will not lie to David. His seed will endure forever, his throne like the sun before me. It will be established forever like the moon, the faithful witness in the sky. But you have rejected and spurned. You have been angry with your anointed. You have renounced the covenant of your servant. You have defiled his crown in the dust. You have broken down all his hedges. You have brought his strongholds to ruin. All who pass by the way rob him. He has become a reproach to his neighbors. You have exalted the right hand of his adversaries. You have made all of his enemies rejoice. Yes, you turned back the edge of his sword, and haven't supported him in battle. You have ended his splendor, and thrown his throne down to the ground. You have shortened the days of his youth. You have covered him with shame. How long, Yahweh? Will you hide yourself forever? Will your wrath burn like fire? Remember how short my time is. For what vanity have you created all the children of men? What man is he who shall live and not see death? Who shall deliver his soul from the power of Sheol? Lord, where are your former loving kindnesses, which you swore to David in your faithfulness? Remember, Lord, the reproach of your servants, how I bear in my heart the taunts of all the mighty peoples, with which your enemies have mocked Yahweh, with which they have mocked the footsteps of your anointed one. Blessed be Yahweh forevermore. Amen and amen.
Chapter 34. Come near, you nations, to hear, and listen, you peoples. Let the earth hear, and the fullness of it, the world and all things that come forth from it. For the Lord has indignation against all the nations, and wrath against all their host. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and the stench of their dead bodies shall come up, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. All the host of the sky shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their host shall fade away, as the leaf fades from off the vine, and as a fading leaf from the fig tree. For my sword has drunk its fill in the sky. Behold, it shall come down on Edom, and on the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Edom. The wild oxen shall come down with them, and the bulls with the bulls, and their land shall be drunken with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For the Lord has a day of vengeance, a year of recompense for the cause of Zion. The streams of Edom shall be turned into pitch, and the dust of it into sulfur, and the land of it shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke of it shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the pelican and the porcupine shall possess it, and the owl and the raven shall dwell therein. And he will stretch over it the line of confusion, and the plummet of emptiness. They shall call the nobles of it to the kingdom, but none shall be there, and all its princes shall be nothing. Thorns shall come up in its palaces, nettles and thistles in the fortresses of it, and it shall be a habitation of jackals, a court for ostriches. The wild animals of the desert will meet with the wolves, and the wild goat will cry to his fellow. Yes, the night monster will settle there, and will find her a place of rest. There shall the dart snake make her nest, and lay, and hatch, and gather under her shade. Yes, there shall the kites be gathered, every one with her mate. Seek you out of the book of the Lord, and read. No one of these shall be missing. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit it has gathered them. He has cast the lot for them, and his hand has divided it to them by line. They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation shall they dwell therein.
After these things I looked, and saw a door opened in heaven. And the first voice that I heard, like a trumpet speaking with me, was one saying, Come up here, and I will show you the things which must happen after this. Immediately I was in the Spirit. Behold, there was a throne set in heaven, and one sitting on the throne, that looked like a jasper stone and a sardius. There was a rainbow around the throne, like an emerald to look at. Around the throne were 24 thrones. On the thrones were 24 elders sitting, dressed in white garments, with crowns of gold on their heads. Out of the throne proceeds lightnings, sounds, and thunders. There were 7 lamps of fire burning before his throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. Before the throne was something like a sea of glass, like a crystal. In the midst of the throne and around the throne were 4 living creatures full of eyes before and behind. The first creature was like a lion, and the second creature like a calf, and the third creature had a face like a man, and the fourth was like a flying eagle. The 4 living creatures, having each one of them 6 wings, are full of eyes around about and within. They have no rest day and night, saying, Holy, 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 holy is the Lord God, the Almighty, who was and who is to come. When the living creatures give glory, honor, and thanks to him who sits on the throne, to him who lives forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him who sits on the throne, and worship him who lives forever and ever, and throw their crowns before the throne, saying, Worthy are you, our Lord and our God, the Holy One, to receive the glory, the honor, and the power, for you created all things, and because of your desire they existed and were created.